Fuck. What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here, bringing you a film review of Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, of course, stars Miss Brie Larson, Jude Law, Sam Jackson, Ben Mendelsohn, Annette Bening, Clark Gregg. You know who's all in this movie, and it basically takes place, of course, in the mid-90s, where almost makes you wonder why they chose the mid-90s to do all this, because, I mean, I know they were trying to go for nostalgia reasons, and, you know, for somewhat it is there, and they use some, like, 90s alternative, but all the songs I liked, and they put them in places where I just was like, damn. Carol Danvers doesn't know who she is. She's part of the Kree, and she knows she's Kree, and then when stuff happens on this mission that she goes on, she ends up on Earth. She's kind of like a fish out of water thing. Nick Fury finds her, and she lets it be known that these Skrulls are going to be invading Earth, and hey, we got to do something about it. I'm the woman that can help you out, with your help too. That's basically it right there. So what did I think of Captain Marvel?
Misogynist.
Yeah, this movie's not good.
Misogynist.
It's not good. It really isn't. My God. I mean, you guys saw my first reaction, and I was just kind of like, whew. I mean, I know there's like a lot of hysteria that's tied to this movie, and it's gotten beyond stupid. It really has. It's gotten so stupid with a lot of things, and I've commented about it already, you know, on Twitter. I've also done various videos about it, and I'm going to be doing more. Specifically, I wanted to wait to do this one video until after I saw it, just to see, you know, just to get, you know, I didn't want to do it until I actually saw the whole movie. But overall, yeah, this movie... Oh, man. I don't care about skin color. I don't care who's leading. I just want a good movie. I love movies, and I don't care who's starring in it. I mean, obviously, you know, there's certain actors that are like, oh, yeah, he's in that, or, you know, directors. Obviously, there's always going to be that, but I don't care what your skin color is, what your religion is, or what the fuck is between your legs. I don't care. Going into Captain Marvel, I went in with low expectations, because the trailers really didn't grab me. I just didn't feel, you know, that much excitement for this movie, and, well... expectations should have been lower. Let's start off with Brie Larson. Bad casting. Loved her in Scott Pilgrim, various other movies, 21 Jump Street, Kong, she was okay in, and The Room, or not The Room, that's a high mark, just Room, where she won an Academy Award. Absolutely phenomenal in that movie. And I was actually backing, when people were like, you know, trying to smear her a little bit, I was actually going, oh, wait a minute, she's an Academy Award winning actor, but the fact of the matter is, it's not uncommon for an actor or an actress who wins an Academy Award, who wins an Oscar, to, you know, get into these blockbusters, and that acting talent that we once saw, well, doesn't quite show up. Right, ladies? She is very wooden. Very wooden here. And I know that's a common thing. Even people say that with Gal Gadot, which, yeah, maybe sometimes, but most of the time, no, not at all. She was very, very likable. And I know we're not supposed to compare the two, but it's just the way it is. And I get the character is supposed to not really show emotion, and they explain certain things with that. And I was totally not all about that whole fucking non-smiling smear campaign. That was just fandom being petty, because that's the way fandom can get sometimes. There are times in this movie where her acting is like those movies that you see within movies, like Tropic Thunder, where it sounds so over the top that she might as well just look at the camera and say, Captain Marvel. They try to give her some jokes, and they don't really work at all. They try to give her some badass one-liners and things to say, and they just fall flat, because it just doesn't seem like she cares enough, or I don't know. Like, I was trying to pinpoint, I'm like, does she even want to do this sometimes? Sometimes it feels like, okay, cool, but sometimes it's just not there. And then you have the chemistry between her and Jackson, which isn't bad all the time. Not really at all, but yeah, it's just... Well, speaking of Jackson and Nick Fury, what did you do to our boy? Now, the de-aging CGI for him and Clark Gregg is pretty fantastic. You don't even notice it. Like, I totally forget about it. It's not noticeable at all. They have totally have a lock on the de-aging stuff. I mean, I know it's not hard to de-age Sam Jackson, because, hey, let's face it, black don't crack. The man still looks good at 70. The only thing is, though, when it came to him throwing punches and getting down with it. Well, they should have got a younger actor because, yeah, even though he was supposed to be like late 30s, early 40s, he still kind of moved like 70-year-old Sam Jackson. And fuck the way he loses his eye. Fuck it. And what's sad is people suspected it. You kind of see it coming. But I think a lot of us were hoping that it wasn't going to be the case, that wasn't going to happen. And I'm sure, even if you guys haven't seen the movie, you know how he does it because it's been spoiled all over the place on social media. And yeah, when it happens and, they turn it all into a big joke, which is one of the worst jokes of the movie, it just pisses you off because that's his signature look and they shit all over it. Now, the opening of the movie had me intrigued, when they started diving into the plot. I had hopes with the movie, with the way it started and everything, with the Kree and her on that planet. I forgot what it's called and stuff. But, it was started getting pretty interesting, but towards the end of that first act, it started kind of just going, uh-oh. She's trying to figure out who she is. She has, like, memories of the past and stuff. And, it's just random clips. They never really dive deep into, like, her memory. It's just really just random clips with different points of her life, and there's just really no weight to them. They could have done so much, with like a couple of key moments in her past, but it's just a complete mess of clips that don't really pay off at all. The movie does not feel cinematic. Like at all. I mean, there's times where I was going, okay, something needs to just blow our minds here, or at least blow my mind. Something, they have that one key scene, like a good scene. And, I was hoping it was when she realizes her full power, or maybe the new costume reveal when it goes from green to the normal colors. But nope. It's like they didn't even try. The final battle, the final fight, act, whatever, was anticlimactic. It was, it just wasn't, it didn't pay off. It wasn't earned at all. It's just, and then there's like this whole twist with the whole story that you can see coming a mile away. And I think some Marvel fans, I'm not going to lie, I think they're not going to be too pleased with it. I think it's almost a similar situation of Iron Man 3 and the Mandarin. I don't know. We'll see. So there you have it, guys. That's my review right there. I mean, it's not all bad. There are some moments where you're like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, okay. 90s vibes, nostalgia. Yeah, it's just, I just did not like this movie. So obviously, guys, I'm just a huge, big misogynist. I mean, I don't have to tell you that this movie is loaded with jokes, and most of them fall flat completely. Some jokes actually shit on the MCU history. Like, what? You build all this up to make certain jokes out of things? I mean, my God. And I think my favorite parts in the movie were actually the Stan Lee tribute at the beginning, the Stan Lee cameo, because I was like, ha! And the mid-credit scene that ties in Endgame. Those are my favorite parts of the movie, really. And I really hope the Russos can do her justice, because these two directors, man, I think the three of them, Larson included, just did not know what they wanted to do with this character really at all. So there you have it, guys. Of course, I'm not going to put it on the favorite wall of 2019. I just did not like this movie. And there you have it, guys. Let me know your thoughts about it down below. What'd you think of the movie? If you saw it, hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel. Visit filmjunkie.com for all my content. And, of course, visit the closet for shirts and stickers and follow me on all that social media stuff. All right, guys? Talk to you.